Hey, good morning, everyone. It is January 22nd, and it's that time again for daily Bitcoin and cryptocurrency news. I was hoping today would get better, but it definitely didn't. So, today the market is a bit down. It's not too bad, but of course, most coins are in the red today. So, market cap is down to 516 billion. BT dominance is starting to come back up a little bit. So this is why I stress the 50-25-25 rule so hard, right? Because when things go down, even though Bitcoin might go down, it usually goes down less. Now I'm starting to see a trend, and a lot of people have been asking me, well, rather than Bitcoin being that hedge or staple, why not do Ethereum? Because like right now, for example, Ethereum has dropped less than Bitcoin. And I have said it can work. You have to try it. From my experience, it's always been Bitcoin. But obviously, right now, it seems like Ethereum is extremely strong, and Ethereum is not being manipulated by the Bitcoin futures. So, I would say those of you guys that have been thinking about doing 50-25-25 rule with Ethereum instead, I would say it's pretty safe to try out. Okay, now things can turn maybe next month or whatever. It starts flipping where Ethereum does start dropping more, but right now it does look more stable than the previous months. So those of you guys that are thinking about it, feel free to try. But overall, yeah, either Bitcoin and Ethereum, they are dropping much less than the altcoins. So that's why the 50-25-25 rule still applies, and I still advocate it. Okay. Overall market cap has gone down, like I said. Why? Yesterday I said I think it's due to Bitcoin futures. A lot of people didn't think so. Some people commented, well, don't you think it's because of India? India released news where they were going to shut down the exchange accounts, exchanges bank accounts. But to be honest, on a global scale right now, like the countries that are most into cryptocurrency, India is not one of the top three. So it's South Korea, Japan, and United States. And then you look at like Australia is huge too. India is up there, but definitely not one of the top ones. It can have effect, but I don't think it has that much effect. Just like today, because today we're seeing more. More weakness in the market, and I don't think it's just related to India. So that's why I didn't bring it up yesterday. I still think it is due to Bitcoin futures. Although Bitcoin futures is not directly correlated with Bitcoin, meaning that the futures themselves are done in cash, right? It's based off of cash, based off a index price. But the futures companies, the brokers, everyone that's involved with Bitcoin futures actually have no Bitcoin on hand. I get that, but you got to realize that these companies that are playing with Bitcoin futures, they have a lot of money at stake, a lot of money. We're talking about not just millions, we're talking about billions. Okay, so if they bet on a Bitcoin future, whether it's to fall, for Bitcoin to fall or to rise, they have a lot of control where they can manipulate the market if they wanted to, right? They can instantly put in a few billion into the market, into Bitcoin, to cause it to go up, or they can sell billions of Bitcoin and cause it to go up. And then also, you got to think that some of these companies are working with each other, right? These hedge funds are working in tandem with other hedge funds, or and so forth. So we're not talking about just one whale. It could be like 10 whales coordinating some kind of buy or sell. We don't really know. I've always said, we're on the outside, right? We're just playing this game, and they're really pulling the strings. But that doesn't mean that you can't play in a smart way and still profit. Obviously, when the whole week is down or 2 weeks is down, it's hard to come out green. But you hold in there, you hang in there, hold, and you will come out on top, because this thing is not a bubble. It's not going to just go crash to zero. There's no doubt about that every time we have seen a correction, no matter how long, it has always come back up and have become stronger afterwards. So hang in there. All right, so today I'm going to go through a list, and I prepared a PowerPoint for you guys. So a special day. Actually, going from now on, I'm going to present a PowerPoint. And, I've been getting questions like, when I go through this list, right, I try to be objective, so I try to cover as much coins as I can, right? I don't want to cover the same coins every single day. So a lot of people read too much into it. They're like, they leave comments like, "Oh, you didn't look at this coin. Do you not like it anymore? Oh, we better sell this coin because you didn't talk about it." You guys need to cut that out, okay? Just because I don't talk about a coin every single day does not mean that I don't like it or that I don't think it has potential, okay? If I covered every single coin every single day, quite frankly, it'll be boring and the videos will be extremely long, and there's really not much to say about all these coins every single day. So I try to mix it up. So those of you guys that watch me for a long time, you know I've kind of talked about a few coins a lot. I try to introduce new coins. I try to talk about different things. I'm not going to be talking about every single coin every single day. Okay, so those of you guys that are leaving comments, do not read too much into it thinking if I don't talk about a coin a certain day, then I don't like it, right? And it's going to come because today, when I introduce the PowerPoint slide to you guys will see what I'm talking about because I just picked out four. Well, I'll talk about it when you guys see it, okay? So going down the list today, we got a lot of reds, but we got a few greens. So for example, EOS is in green, so I really like EOS. I think most of the big caps are have fallen hard, but some of them have held finally kind of holding a little bit better. For example, Stellar, it's fallen pretty hard, but now it's only down 3% or 4%, which is not too bad at all. You're looking at like someone like Ripple that's still falling, so maybe Stellar is coming out of his coattails of Ripple. We'll have to see. But for the most part, there's a lot of good buys in big caps. They're below levels from yesterday. So really, a lot of it is just really good buys right now. And you go down the list, and it's the same thing. Tron has fallen below big cap, in my opinion, because it's fallen below 5 billion. Let's see if it stabilizes. It's not too far off. Remember, I said 7 to 8 cents, still a little bit less than 7 cents. Let's see if it can stabilize around here. I still like Icon a lot. I like Quantum a lot. Quantum has fallen a lot. Okay, Quantum was high flying and it's fallen a lot. Let's see if it can recover. I still like Quantum. I think that they should be up here, neck and neck with Neo. But Neo definitely has more going for it recently than Quantum. So we'll see. But I think Quantum will recover. VeChain is on a tear. I really like VeChain. Let's see. Some of the previous high flyers like Roblox is taking a breather. I think a lot of people, when it was on whatever exchange it was on, I forget which one, the really shady ones, it got really pumped up. I still like Roblox. I think they will stay up here, but I think it got over pumped just like some of the other coins. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Verge is still trending down, although it's still above 1 billion. I was hoping to stay above 2 billion. Let's see after the correction if this shoots up rapidly above 2 billion, and we'll see if it can stabilize there. Like right now, you can't really blame it because everything else is down 20-30%, so that's to be expected. So we'll see. We'll see if Verge can hold after the correction. Binance Coin's a little bit down. This is about half from where it was previously at in terms of all-time highs. So I think this is a really good entry point as well. Ardor, I think, is definitely at steal today. Anything under $1 is definitely a buy for this Generation 3 coin. Let's see. KuCoin shares also down huge. I think this is a good buy. I mentioned, Dragon Chain and Loop Ring. They're both down, obviously, from their highs. I think these are pretty good to look at. Basic Attention Coin under 50 cents, definitely a buy. I love them. Some of these. Yeah, I think I talked about Wax, Pivot, Kyber, Gas. Gas will go. The gas is definitely a buy. It follows Neo, so when Neo goes up, gas will go up. Yeah, I'm not a fan of these. Kind of just neutral. That's why I kind of skip over them a lot. Syndicator is definitely being pumped right now. I'd say that you gotta be careful with Syndicator right now because it's been pumped for 2 days straight. I mentioned a little bit on Aeon. I think they're a good potential buy. They haven't fallen that much. That's the thing. So I don't know if this is a really good time to buy it. Power Ledger under $1, definitely a buy. If you're holding on Next, please sell it. Nebulous is it's holding pretty well. 10%, 11%, not bad. Let's see. Enigma, I mentioned them a couple times. Founded by basically MIT. I think they're okay. I think they're okay, though. Not too thrilled about their Catalyst product right now. I don't know. Maybe I don't see the big picture, but right now I just don't see it being a big deal. Request Network, Chainlink. I haven't talked about Chainlink a lot. They're actually doing something interesting. They're actually basically making it so that Ethereum apps can talk to external data, basically. They're making it so that you can tap into APIs of all these other, I guess, external companies that are offering data. Like, I'm just gonna make this up. I don't know if this is true. Like, for example, if Weather Channel had a lot of weather data they wanted to share, and you have an app within Ethereum that wants to tap into that, Chainlink links the two together, allows you to tap into external data like that, right? And it doesn't have to be just weather. It could be news articles, it could be Google search, it could be a whole bunch of stuff. That's what Chainlink is about. Sounds very promising. I actually like them. I haven't really followed their price action, but I do like the project, so I want to just mention Chainlink really quick. Substratum, definitely a buy. It's fallen a lot. QuantStamp is also good. Let's see. Man, I just don't get why Patcoin won't just fall off the face of the earth. I don't know how it's still up here. Same to Bitcoin Dark. If you have Bitcoin Dark, sell it, please. Raiden, Poet, talked about them a lot. Obviously, they're even lower levels now, so they're good buys. Vibe, a lot of people still love Vibe for the VR thing. I've read that they have partnerships with like Sony and Microsoft because they're gaming stations. They're supposedly they're gonna have a Super Bowl ad. I'm not sure. Maybe they will. I get a lot of people excited. Like, gaming communities are very excited about VR, right? I just don't. I personally am not excited about VR. So don't take that wrong. Vibe still can have really good. Really, it could go up really a lot. It can, it could go up to $1 billion. I don't know too much about it. I just personally think that, VR is like a novelty. It's something fun once in a while, but it's not something that we will use every day in our lives. It's like if we have our mobile phones and stuff like that, or our TVs, I'm sure the next generation will be able to project holograms or something like that, where you don't actually have to wear a big clunky goggles on your face. That's how I feel. Just like 3D glasses with TVs and how that failed miserably, and no one wears 3D glasses, right? So that's kind of how I feel about Vibe. I know it's different for gaming. Gaming is a whole different aspect, right? So we'll see where it goes. But I'm just not a fan of VR. That's pretty much it. BitConnect, if you have that, please sell it ASAP. I talk about Robinhood a lot, and it's come down drastically. We're talking about like more than half. Okay, maybe like it fell like 60 something percent, because it was just it was pumped way too high. So at these levels, I would say take a good look at it. Ethlon, definitely take a good look at it. HBB, I talked about it. It's kind of like the Chinese version of EOS. Okay, that's how they're positioning it. It's like super quick. They also do like GPU acceleration, which is like the first of its kind. But there's some questions about that, like what kind of master nodes do you need, and what happens if they get outdated, and all this stuff. I haven't looked into the specifics, but that's kind of like why everyone's so excited about HBB, because there's like GPU acceleration built in. Simple Token, I like a lot because they're actually really cheap. Wabi, I like a lot. I don't just like, I love Wabi. I think I've said enough about Wabi. You know, once they take off, they will be like Walton and VeChain levels. So don't ignore them. App coins, I think I like because they're really no low now. A lot of people ask about deep brain chain. Let me look at it real quick. I didn't anticipate I was gonna do this, but I know a lot of people keep asking me about this. It looks like they're actually pretty low. They're actually close to their original levels. Yeah, they're only about double where they were introduced on the markets. Where are they? Huobi KuCoin, so that's good. Let's look at the website real quick. Artificial intelligence. Oh, jeez.
AlphaGo Coed 5 grade.
All right, I just turned down my volume. Sorry about that. Artificial intelligent blockchain-driven computing platform. Okay, so they're in the AI space. There's a lot of ICOs about AI right now. So they're all about AI. Okay, so they're based on Neo. Interesting. Okay, that's good for Neo. You know what's interesting about this is, okay, so they're basically, they want to do a supercomputer with AI built in. You know what that sounds like and who already is working on that? Icon. Okay, because one of the main advantages of Icon is not only are they Generator 3 platform that is working with all the physical infrastructure layer of South Korea, one of the things people miss out on is they're actually working hard on AI. They actually have a whole team dedicated for AI. So not to say that Deep Brain Chain can't excel within Neo, but I'm just saying Icon is also working on that. And I know that Deep Brain Chain is not the only AI platform. I have seen others and ICOs that are also in the AI field. Let's see, Q1, what are they coming out with? Deep Brain Chain platform is officially on Neo blockchain with all code open source and mining software released. This is interesting. If they're opening up their mainnet, I don't know if they're mainnet or testnet, but it sounds like it's mainnet. If they open up later on in Q1, so that's probably February or March, this could be an interesting play. Obviously, they're a Chinese company, a lot of Chinese companies backing it. Oh, did I see Lenovo? Previous clients. You got Lenovo, Huawei, Microsoft. You got some big names on here. I don't know what previous clients means. Yeah, so okay, don't want to spend too much time on it. It looks pretty good. Looks promising. Circulating supply, total supply, max supply is a little bit concerning. We're talking about 10 billion and 900 million is out. So, that's a big difference right there. I don't know if they're keeping it or they haven't released it yet. I have to look more into it, but those that have asked me about this, it looks promising. 130 million. I don't know if it's warranted at that level, but yeah, it looks pretty good. All right, so I mentioned B box or buy box. I don't know. I don't know if it's B box or buy box. Probably buy box. Not good with pronunciations if you guys have seen, but there's a lot of coins that's on buy box now, right? Like Maker and Dai is. HPP is. There's another one that I found recently that's also on. I think IoT Chain is on there, which is like the Chinese version of IOTA. It's an exchange worth looking at. I haven't tested it, so if those of you guys have tried to deposit money in, definitely let me know. It could be worth it because even Buybox token is, I think, a good buy too. Looking down, nulls definitely a good buy. Unicoin Gold dropped dramatically. Okay, I'm really surprised by this. I still think this is a really good buy. Let's see. people ask me about triggers. I know it's something to do with guns, but you know I haven't looked too much into it. Bread is there. Coin Dash. I don't know. Next. Alright, idle falling to the third page. I mean, this is embarrassing. This is a slap in their face. This is worth way more. I don't know. This is kind of like when I introduced loop ring. It's just like it's fallen like there's some kind of like group that's trying to keep it down. I feel like the same way with the idle. Idle also just doesn't have enough marketing. No one knows about them. So, but I love idle. Lunar, I love Lunar. Talked about them enough. Gifto, I love Gifto. Yeah, I talked about Vibrate a couple times. I think they haven't really moved. They haven't fallen that much. Vibrate, I think they're worth looking at. They have a product out. They're on both Binance and Bittrex, so that's a big plus. They're on both. All right. All right, that's it. Oh, Aaron's here. Okay, I'm talking about Aaron a lot. Some people ask me about Aaron. I think they're tradable between $2.50 and $4. Okay, they've been hovering for that for a while. They have moved past $4 a couple times, actually many times, but they usually trade between $2.50 and $4. I think that's a good trading range. Those of you guys that have that thought that Aeon would stay at $8, $9, $10, that's just too much for it. You got to give it time. Once they build out the product and and they're executing on what they want to do, then yeah, it could go up there. But for the time being, I would say $2.50 to $4 is definitely a good point. All right, so I promised this PowerPoint slide. Okay, so this is what I'm going to use. I'm not going to expand it. There's no point in expanding it. All right, so again, don't read too much into this. So I'm putting this top buys for 122.18. Big asterisks. I don't mention this much, but you guys know this. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. So this is all my opinion, okay? Buys for today. And I circled, I didn't circle. I made in red. For big caps, okay? I really personally like EOS. I really do. And it might be silly to recommend buying EOS when it's in green in a down market because there's plenty of big caps that's in red, okay? But I still like EOS. I think for a long time, those of you guys have watched me for weeks, I talked about how EOS was just not moving. It was hovering at $8 while everything else was skyrocketing. I'm like, give it time, it's going to come. Now they made a big announcement, and now, that's what's hot right now, EOS. They're moving up. And I think that even when the market recovers, they will move up drastically even more. And it's amazing that they're in the green right now while the market's going down. So I really like EOS. And today I think it's a good buy for them. Neo, Cardano, Litecoin are also good buys. But the best one I like today is EOS. All right. For low caps, I really, really like now VeChain. I'm hearing a lot more about VeChain. I really like VeChain. Again, it seems like it's silly to try to buy something when it's in the green, but VeChain is just on a tear, and I think it's going to go much higher. Other things I really like, Icon, Ardor, BAT. They all fallen from their highs, especially like Ardor and BAT. Ardor has fallen a lot. BAT has fallen a lot. But Icon, I like them too. But I really like VeChain, which is why I'm recommending them. Under 100 million. Okay, so these are like ultra low caps. Okay, and some people call this probably mid caps, and these are low caps. But I just like to go with big caps and low cap because when I'm doing the 50-25-25 rule, I don't want to break it down like 50, 10, 10, 50 or something like that. I mean, it's just too much. So that's why I just like to keep it big caps, low caps. And Bitcoin, or Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's easy to remember. So I'm just calling anything under 100 million, under 100 million. Definitely nulls. I can't say enough good things about nulls, okay? They are definitely one that is a good hold for 2018, and I truly believe this is a moonshot coin. We're talking about 10 to 20x returns in 2018. So I got to put them on the top of my list. IDO, I mentioned, the Universal Wallet, love them. I haven't talked about Tokes a lot, which is a marijuana play, but keep in mind, California just opened up. their their recreational marijuana sales. I think it's last week, right? So all the marijuana plays are going to start. You're going to start hearing a lot more about these cryptocurrencies involving marijuana, and Tokes is definitely one that you guys should look at. Wabi, I talked about Wabi a lot, along with VeChain and Walton, like them. But definitely, I like Nulls right now for the best buy. Keep an eye on. I put BTC. Don't give up on BTC. A lot of people have given up on it. Don't. At these levels, at 10,000, 10,300, 10,400, around 10,000, it's still a great buy. Don't give up on it, right? Especially if you don't have that 50, 25, 25. You could also take the opportunity to buy Bitcoin and get that ratio going. I put Ripple and Tron in here because I've talked about a lot. They have gone up a lot. They overshot. They're coming back down. They're kind of hovering, although they're going down a little bit more. Definitely keep an eye on it because once they hit that floor, I think they're going to start going back up dramatically. Other things that show potential, I kind of covered this when I was going through a list. Coinbin, since it has fallen so hard that I think it's actually worth looking at. OST, which is Simple Token, and APPC app coins, I think because they have fallen to a level where I think it's reasonable, I think they're also worth looking at. And the pump coin of the day has to be Syndicator. I mentioned it's been pumped 2 days in a row, mainly because it was recommended by Palm Beach. It has that Palm Beach effect. Syndicator is actually not a bad coin. If you look at what they're trying to do and their team, they're actually really good. It's just that it's been pumped for 2 days. So if you're trying to get into it now, it might be dangerous because it might come down afterwards. So I would wait it out before looking at Syndicator or getting into Syndicator. All right, and that's it for today. Hopefully you guys like this new format with PowerPoint. And yeah, we'll have to see how the rest of this week goes. Like I said yesterday, I think it's due to futures, but we'll have to see. But after 26, if we start seeing the market just simply skyrocketing, then we know for sure it has to be futures. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.